What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back once again to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and I am back with yet another album review, and this time I am talking about the latest offering from Necrophagia, Moribundis Grim. This came out on May 10th, and this was on Time to Kill Records, and this is, well, the posthumous release after the sad, tragic death of Killjoy, the frontman of Necrophagia, who died of heart failure 6 years ago in 2018. And, well, this was pretty much some leftover recordings that was left behind before Killjoy was taken from us, as well as a couple of other things on here. And this is a very short album. It's only like 28 minutes, so I figured, why don't we go ahead and talk about it? So first off, the song The House by the Cemetery starts off with like horror movie samples, and even the organs and the melodies that come in feel very much like a horror movie, but with like more of like a death doom feel. And it was an introduction, but it was a cool one that leads into the title track. And the title track, it's just primal caveman groovy chuggy death metal, but with lots of doom in it, almost to the level of bands like Autopsy and Incantation, which is funny enough considering John McEntee from Incantation actually contributes some vocals on a couple of tracks on this album for whenever they were putting it together in honor of Killjoy. So yeah, the title track got us off to a really cool start. And then we start to get some odd songs. Like, actually, the next two songs are re-recordings from their debut album, Season of the Dead. First, we have Bleeding Torment, which, the song itself, you know, it's very much classic death metal with, like, double-time stomps that kind of give it a little bit of a Bolt Thrower vibe, but then it gets thrashy, but then you get some groovy chugs. It's nothing quite like the original version from Season of the Dead. Same with the following track, Mental Decay, which I remembered listening to this song years ago. And I thought the opening was catchy, and then you get into these, like, evil-sounding tremolo riffs and into some thrashing moments. And again, it's like early old-school death metal 101 right there. So yeah, these two re-recordings, while they weren't bad re-recordings at all, I will easily prefer the originals. And then you get to a cover song. They do a cover of Sam Hain's Halloween 3, which, again, more horror samples, and I do like what they did with it. It's like they made it a lot grimmer, a little more evil sounding, like it's dark, murky, clean melodies, but I like how, I don't know if it's Killjoy or somebody else, or maybe they just borrowed the vocal tracks from Danzig himself for the chorus, but I thought it was solid for what it was. I mean, it's not a terrible cover, but it's not a great cover by any stretch of the imagination. And then we get into the Wicked live version from 2017, and this song originally came out in 2013, and it's, again, for the song itself, old school death metal, thrashy, doomy, groovy death metal all throughout. And for a live version, I've heard worse, but I've heard better. And then we get into the song Scarecrows, which this one, more samples, there's synths and doomy melodies. It was like a death doom instrumental. And then the final track, Sundown, which was tribal drums, organs, and eerie ambience, like horror movie stuff, and that's how we end it. So yeah, not really a whole lot to talk about with this, other than the fact that, like I said, it's a posthumous release after the death of Killjoy. Some of this was leftover recordings from however long ago. Of course, when it comes to production, like, I feel like a lot of these tracks were recorded at different times in different studios, so the production is very uneven. And, of course, with just everything behind it, you know, having two re-recordings, a cover, and a live track with only 4 original songs, and 2 of them were an intro and an outro, and then the other one was an instrumental, but the title track was actually a good song. But aside from that, there's not really much else to this album, really, to go into. So I'm going to be honest, I am going to give this a 2 out of 5. It's no disrespect to Killjoy or Necrophagia, but for what this was, essentially, not really what I was expecting. But of course, I mean, I'm not saying it's like completely void of anything. Again, The title track is cool. The song Scarecrows, for what it was fine. But 2 re-recordings, a cover song that was solid, and a live track, and an intro and outro, this honestly could have been an EP if you had taken the re-recordings out and the intro and outro out, and this could have been a short EP, and I think it would benefit more. But of course, that's just how I feel. And that's just my opinion. What did you guys think of Moribundis Grim by Necrophagia? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'm not doing a 6 Feet Under review because, trust me, you don't want me to review that new 6 Feet Under album. 1, I don't want to listen to it, and 2, what jokes can I make up that Thralls of Metal haven't come up with? Because I'm not that clever. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Keep your horns high and your dreams wet.